Happy Wisdom Wednesday, and this week's book of the week is one that's really short actually, and it comes because I got a call earlier this week from somebody that I mentor who was currently having a little bit of issues with their boss. Now, this person really looks up to their boss and likes them a lot, but for whatever reasons, they just seem to be having some friction. So I told this young man, hey, I'll give you some advice, but do you mind if I do a book review on this discussion? And he said it was okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. So the book of the week is Managing Your Boss by John J. Gabaro and John P. Cotter. And it's a very short book. It's actually only 45 pages long. And the reason why I like this book is because it really reframes your perspective on how you should look at your boss. Because most people look at their boss as somebody who's going to have all the answers and all the solutions to the problems that you're having, including what you should do with your career and how you can improve your workplace situation, not only among your projects, but of course, say, along with your colleagues. The mistake in that is that you have to play a proactive role in the managing of your boss, just like they play a proactive role in managing you. One of the things I love about this book is that it also highlights the ways that you can start taking into account the types of pressures that your boss is under, perhaps the goals that your boss has to hit to make their boss look good, and more importantly, what are your boss's strengths and weaknesses? Because again, because somebody is above us that we, let's say, report to and in an authority position, we like to think that they have all the answers and they're without flaw, but they're human beings just like you and I. And so getting to a point where you can understand your boss and more importantly, what you can do to best support your boss so they can be the best at their job, to really bring out the best in them so they can be successful, deliver to the board or to their CEO or whoever they end up reporting to so they look good, and as a result, you look good as well. So I really love it a lot. It provides very simple, practical advice. One of the things that they mention, as I mentioned before, is at the very bare minimum, if there's one thing I can tell you to take away from this book review, it's this, is that at a minimum, you need to appreciate your boss's goals and pressures, his or her strengths and weaknesses. So at the end of the day, if let's say you don't get this book because for whatever reason you're dumb enough to think that, oh, you don't want to spend the money on something like this, I would recommend getting it. It's only $8. Just always think every day, what are my boss's strengths and weaknesses, and what are the pressures and goals they're there against that I could help in supporting them? So that's your book of the week. Happy Wisdom Wednesday, and as always, I'll see you next week.